Hey guys, it's Kimberly. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to go through with you guys all the books that I want to read before 2024 is over. I, at first, at the beginning of the year, made a goal to read 75 books. And then I got into a really big reading slump and I lowered my goal to 60 books, and now I'm on track. I kind of caught up a little bit. I was behind just a few books, but I'm caught up now. But I'm still like, if I read more than 60 books, that'll be amazing. 60 just sounded like a good number. Even last year I was like, 2024 I'm gonna read 100 books. Now that it is August, we have 4 more months of the year. September, October, November, December. Yeah. I want to make a realistic TBR without the reading pace that I'm at. I've been reading like 3 or 4 books a month, so we'll see how realistic this actually is. Most of these are like I'm finishing series. There are some books that I don't have that I do want to get to, like anticipated reads and everything, and some of them I do have on my Kindle that I want to read too. We'll check back in. There's a lot of books from my 2024 books I want to read in 2024 video that are definitely not on my radar anymore. I think I kind of just put books just to put books for the video, to be honest. I did donate a lot of books. For example, Knock 'Em Out series, Check in May. Those books were like books that I DNF'd. And I just knew that I was not gonna pick them up again. Based off my physical TBR, I don't have too many, so I'm not like too stressed, and some of them I'm waiting for it to be fall so I can read because they are fantasy books and I'm trying to get into fantasy. Without further ado, let's go through the books that I want to read for the rest of 2024. Starting off with what I'm currently reading is The Right Move by Liz Tomford. I have been wanting to read the Windy City series for a while. I've been kind of like back and forth with it just because the first book, Mile High, I haven't heard great things about. Even my best friend read it too. Just like the sound of it did not sound very good. I knew that going into it, I'm gonna be going into it with like not good thoughts. If I did go into it, I'd be wasting my time. I'm not planning on buying the books, the physical books either. I kind of want to just read them on my Kindle because I know that if I do read the whole entire series, I'm gonna be wasting my money buying the first book because I'm not gonna read it. So I actually started The Right Move this morning. I'm only on like chapter 3. This is the second book. This is an interconnected standalone, so I don't need to read all of the books. This one specifically is a basketball romance, I think. I heard great things about the second one, about the third one, and then the newest release, the fourth one. I'm kind of waiting for Mina to read it with me as well because she's read the first 2 and we want to read the third one together because it sounds very, very interesting, and it's baseball, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so next I want to finish the Natural series. I read the first 2, The Naturals and Killer Instinct. I started reading All In, the third book. I got up to page 108, but I want to restart it. This is like chapter 20. I want to restart it because I have no idea anything that happened in this book. I just haven't had any interest picking it up. I feel like maybe like fall time, making an excuse really. I won't be mad if I don't read Bad Blood, the last book. At least want to read All In this year. I'm just kind of checked out of the series in general. They could have made this just one book, honestly. Oh, that's not in order. So there's that. Then moving on with series, I want to finish the Chestnut Spring series. This is Flawless, the first one, Heartless, the second one, Powerless, the third one, Reckless, the fourth one. I read the first 3. I haven't read Reckless yet. I'm not in the mood to read it yet either. And I don't have Hopeless, the last one, because I kind of buy my series like in order of when I'm reading them. I'm waiting for Mina. If you've been watching my recent videos, then you kind of know that I've been book buddy reading with her a lot recently. She reads pretty fast, so I'm not too stressed out about it. I'm waiting for her to read Heartless and Powerless, and then I'll get into Reckless. That'll definitely get done this year. Then continuing with Elsie Silver, I want to continue the Rose Hill series. The second one, Wild Eyes, I'm pretty sure comes out in the next month or so. I don't really know exactly. I'm excited for that. Don't even know what it's about, but I want to continue it. I want to start reading all of Elsie Silver's books. I don't think I'm gonna go backwards and read her backlist. The newest covers, I don't even know the series. Off to the Races, Photo Finish, those books and stuff, I don't think I want to read those. Definitely want to read Wild Eyes when that comes out. I want to read the third book in the Maple Hill series, which is Daydream. I'm pretty sure comes out the end of August, and that one's Henry's book, so I'm very excited. I read Icebreaker like April of 2023, and then I didn't read Wildfire until like last month, so I'm kind of still in the world of Maple Hill, so that'll be very fun to read Daydream, and it'll be so cute to have all the covers. Definitely will get to that when it comes out. To continue series, I want to pick up reading Reckless by Lauren Roberts, the second book to the Powerless series. I read Powerless beginning of this year in like January, and then I read Powerful, the novella, when it came out. I've been seeing Reckless like in stores and everything, and I want to buy it, but like something is just telling me not to buy it yet, kind of waiting for fall. But I definitely want to get through that. I know that like when it gets colder I want to cozy up and read a fantasy book. This one took me a long time to read, and I know that Reckless is shorter, but I think that one has more like world political stuff going on. I don't really know, but I definitely do want to get into it. The next one I'm like forcing myself to read. I don't even care if I finish the book. I want to at least like get through some of it to at least know if I like it or not, and that is to finish the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. My last one is to read the last book, A Curse for True Love. I read both the first and second book last year. I haven't picked up the third book because I didn't hear very many good things about the third book when it came out. Like looking at the font, I'm like, okay, it's pretty easy, it should get going, and I still kind of remember what happened in the second one. Want to dive back into the world. I've been having like urges to pick it up. This has been on my physical TBR for almost a year now. Or when did this come out? I don't know. I got this in like for Christmas last year, so I know I'm not going to finish this series this year. That is definitely not going to happen. But I want to at least read the first one. Court of Thorns and Roses, ACOTAR. Waiting for fall. I'm waiting. And I just like have a bunch of like romance books that I'm in a romance mood right now too. Getting a kick with that and like reading with Mina has been going, so I just have not. I literally read the first chapter and I'm very interested to see why everybody wants to read this so bad. It kind of helps knowing that like people who don't really read pick up this book and are obsessed with it. So I'm like, okay, if they can do it, I can do it. Like not trying to downplay them or anything. I just question my intelligence when it comes to fantasy, thinking that like I'm not going to understand it or anything. I'm pretty sure I can. I have to really read it. I'm just like looking at these like fantasy books and waiting for it to be fall, and then realizing that I'm gonna be back in school, so we'll see how well this goes. The next book. It's time to freaking read Magnolia Park. It's been like over a year and a half since I ever bought this book, like when this cover was still out. I think this was like one of the last few weeks before she switched to those ugly ass covers. I've been getting a lot of videos on my For You page talking about this and saying how like reading this you just become obsessed with the way that the story is. Yes, it is very toxic. That is why I'm very hesitant with reading it. A lot of people are saying that like the toxicity like makes sense, like they have reasons for it. If I like this book, I don't know if I want to get the ugly covers and start collecting those or start collecting the prettier covers. I just know that when you buy them on Amazon or something, they look very weird and like the sizing is very off, but I think I can manage. I don't know. I think this will be fun to read in the fall. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say that. I'm scared, guys. I'm scared, but I think I just need a little drama in my life instead of getting into drama with real people. We're almost done, guys. The next ones are kind of just standalones that are on my physical TBR right now. I'm sure there's gonna be some books out there that I'm not gonna stick to this TBR and stuff, and I'm gonna want to read those when they come out, like anticipated reads or like seeing people talk about a new book, something like that. I'm sure that's going to happen, and I just like, I have these where I want to direct my attention towards, but if I steer away a little bit to look at other books, then so be it, as long as I'm reading, right? So the next book, the first standalone, is actually a reread, and that is One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I read this January 2023. This is my favorite book of all time. I never shut up about this book. I think about this book every day, not even exaggerating. It is a love triangle though. I just want to see if this is really my favorite book still, and like I want to reread it and do different tabs, like with a different color, or like underlining with a different color, because I have some things I underlined on here but I don't have them tabbed or anything, so I want to just see if I underline things differently and stuff. I love the story and I love the message it brings. That's why. That's like Taylor Jenkins Reid always does like some sort of message going on, and I feel like you can only really like her books, like Emily Henry books, you can only really like their books if you can relate to a specific situation that goes on. So I do definitely want to reread this sometime this year, because I've been putting it off so much because I'm too scared to see if I read it and then I don't like it anymore, you know? And I haven't even watched the movie because I'm scared that's gonna ruin my view of the book, which it probably will because the casting sucks. But anyway, so next is The Wall of Winnipeg and Me by Mariana Zapata. I actually started this book. I ended off, like I have things underlined and tabbed, but I ended off at the beginning of chapter 3. I just wasn't in the mood to read it, honestly, so I don't have anything like bad about it that I like am thinking, like hesitating towards, besides the font, but it's on Kindle. Also the fact that it is a slow burn, but Mina loves Mariana Zapata and She wants me to read All Roads Lead Here. That is on my radar too, but I do want to definitely read this first because I have it already. Next is Nora Goes Off Script by Annabelle Monaghan. I started this too and I finished on chapter 3 and I just wasn't in the mood to read it. I don't want to like give books unfair ratings when I'm not in the mood to read it and like continue reading it when I'm not into it. Like I know I'll definitely be into it at different times because I've been thinking about this book a lot recently too. Definitely we'll get to this because it's very quick. It's very thin, less than 300 pages. So, and then the last book for this video is Love at First Book by Jen McKinley. Never heard of this book, saw it at Half Price Book. This was gonna be me and Mina's next book club read together, but then we found a different book, so we're reading that right now, and then this will be our next one, so this will definitely get read. This follows Emily. I didn't even say what any of the standalones were about, but I'm pretty sure you guys know, like these are pretty popular, but this one I haven't really seen. This follows Emily. She becomes her favorite author's assistant and then he is her favorite author's son. They kind of like bicker a lot and like don't start off on the right foot. Very fun. Very excited to read that. So those are all the books that I want to get to before 2024 ends. Now that I'm looking at it, it's pretty ambitious based off like the speed that I'm going at right now. I think it'll be okay because it's mainly series that I need to finish and also just waiting for Mina, waiting for it to get cold. I need to be in the mood or else the book is just not gonna do justice and the rating is not gonna be what it should be. I think this is pretty good. I have very high hopes for myself. I'm gonna do my best. I'm on this really strong reading kick right now. Literally yesterday I finished 3 books in 1 day. Not like me. I wasn't even doing a 24-hour reading challenge. I just did it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below like a #1 book that is on your physical TBR or whatever for you to finish before 2024 ends or whatever, or if any of these books are on your list to read before the year ends. If you read any of these books or something, convince me to finish it before the year ends. I don't want it to be on my TBR for like 2 years. I do also, definitely want to read Funny Story by Emily Henry, but I'm waiting for the paperback. I know it'll come out because I did not expect Happy Place to have a paperback when it had a hardcover for so long, so we're just gonna have to wait. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I hopefully will see you guys in the next one.